If you're watching us, you are here at Connect the Dots with Candida, where these beautiful ladies come in twice a week to brighten your day. Sometime we're here sharing some important information. And guess what? Today's topic is one of those topics that you really want to sit down and listen to it because it's something we go through it every single day. But how do we handle it? Is what you're about to find out. So, if this is your first time, my name is Candida. I'm a mom of two. I am a wife, a civil servant, and I'm originally from Cameroon, but residing here in Ontario, Canada. So today's topic for us is going to be how to handle negativity. We all know that negativity comes in all shapes and form, all right? Whether it's negative people around you, negative comments that people are posting on your social media, negative situations that you have to go through, or even negative thoughts that are scrolling on your mind. It could be anything around you, but negativity can really, really drain your energy and steal your focus. But if you allow it, that's where the problem is. So the truth is, successful people are not people who never face negativity. They are people who learn how to handle it without letting it stop them from reaching their goals. All right. So we want to dive in today to talk about this. And these beautiful ladies are going to tell you how you can handle this negativity. So we have a new person joining us today. Chinasa is joining us all the way from UK. And welcome to the show, sis. And we're going to give the floor to you since you are joining us for the first time. So please introduce yourself and then just give us tell us a little bit about why you choose to embark on this journey of digital business.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Candida, for this great opportunity and for allowing me to be part of you on this platform. Thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Tinaza, and I am originally from Nigeria. I live in UK with my family. I'm a wife and a mom, and I am a proud digital business owner. And I joined this business 2 years ago, and the reason I joined this business is that I'm in healthcare, but I wouldn't want to stay in this job for too long because I see the marks it's leaving on some people doing this job. Do you
Yeah.
understand? I wouldn't want to experience such. So I want to live my life the way I want, be able to do things the way I want, and have much time to spend with my family and also help my family back home. Yeah, and give them better life, leave legacy for my children as well. So those are the reasons why I joined this business. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. As mom living in the diaspora, it's not easy. Just seeking daycare. Finding daycare in these countries is not easy. And then you have to be in healthcare. Healthcare is not easy. 12-hour shift. You're constantly on your feet. I have friends that are into healthcare, and sometimes you might not even see them for a whole month because they have so much busy schedule, and to find time to do something with them is not easy. And so when you find something like this, our digital business that will give you that flexibility, you want to grab it because there's nothing out there that will give you this flexibility to do things at your own terms. So welcome to the show and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So, and we will move on to our strategies today, how you can handle this negativity. And I'm going to call on Mentor Miriam. Please share some light on, we said that you have to focus on the solution and not the problem. When people are attacking you in a negative way, how do you try to focus on the solution and not the problem?
Thank you so much for that question, Candida. My name is Marian. I'm a wife, a mother. I work in the healthcare sector, originally from Nigeria, but I now reside here in the US. And I'm a proud digital business owner. So, handling negativity. You see, in life, generally, you're going to be mixing the bitter with the sweet, the good and the bad. You have good compliment, you have bad compliment, you have good advices, you have everything goes, per se. So when you find yourself in a situation where you are being faced with a lot of negativity, first and foremost, try to take yourself out of it because the longer you stay in there, the quicker it begins to rub off on you. So now I'm saying don't focus on the problem. Nobody ever gets any problem solved by focusing on it. What are you doing by focusing on it? You're wasting your time. You're killing precious time you'd have used to move to another level, to have achieved one or two other things, to have probably even be able to impact somebody and give them a setting of the mindset that not what you are thinking. You can be this way as well. When I say focus on the, not focus on the problem, but on how to solve the situation. Okay, for instance, now we are all in this business trying to find a better way to balance our work life. And then some people are still looking at it and say, this thing might be scam, it might be this. Even they say to your hearing, don't react to that. They are saying what they are saying due to the level of knowledge they have about the business. So you try to educate them on the business if they are willing to learn. But where they are not willing to learn, you hold your peace and just focus, stay focused. You know where you're going to. So you continue going because no, you check all the successful men and women in the earth. None of them ever built their story successfully with complaining or minding what people are saying or what people are doing behind them against what they pursue or what they believe in. So you stay focused no matter what is coming your way. Try to make them see because you might talk to some people and they don't understand it, but when you're doing and they're seeing it, like we in this business, we show off our business. We try to be here, no matter how you're feeling. Whether you feel like posting or not, you got to post. So people are seeing, okay, she's doing this thing. If you get to a stage in time where they might actually read the content and say, okay, this makes sense, and then maybe they will start asking you questions. But out of lack of knowledge, people sometimes are negative on people's dreams or goals or aspiration. So my word to you out there, you're watching us. If you have been thinking about jumping onto this business, but people have said something to you or showed you something that's making you stay on the fence, guess what? It's your life. You take the decision today, it affects you only. You don't take it today, it affects you tomorrow. So try to follow your belief and do what you think is right for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. Absolutely. Try to focus on the solution. What is the problem and how can I resolve this issue? Some of us do go through a lot on this business. Sometimes we go through with our own platforms. Some of us have gotten our Facebook system shut down. Are you going to focus on what just happened? Those are your setbacks, but you want to focus on how to resolve the issue so you can move forward. You have a goal, you have a target, and all you want to do is focus on moving forward. Don't let those setbacks deceive you or discourage you from reaching your goals. That is the key here. Look for the solution, don't dwell on the problem. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to Mentor Shri. So, a lot of people, to move on your day, you really need to be grateful. Practicing gratitude daily can really make your day. So, can you elaborate on this?
Okay, thank you, Candida. Thank you for inviting me today. And I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our audience who are watching us right now or the replay later. My name is Sri, and I'm originally from Jakarta, Indonesia, but I've been living in the state of North Carolina, United States. And here I work in manufacturing as a machine operator, and I'm also a digital business owner. And when you talk about gratitude, perhaps many of us already knew what gratitude is. But unfortunately, not many of us want to practice that because once we feel discouraged, say, happen the same like in business. Same thing, some people want to have the result in business soon and then they didn't get it and they feel discouraged, and that can make them to just give up. So to practice gratitude is very important, not just in business, also in our life, because without gratitude, it's not going to be easy for us to keep moving forward. So with the gratitude, that's for me, that's a very, very powerful thing. because without gratitude, we cannot change our mindset. We cannot shift our mindset from negative to positive. And when we feel discouraged, either by the situation or by people, then we will just give up. We don't want to keep going in our life. So gratitude is very important for us to practice. We need to show our gratitude, because without gratitude, then again, we will just give up in our life. So when we are in the business, the same thing. When we don't have the result yet, and we see other people, I don't care like how much money you got, but what if when you don't have money? Will you have your gratitude still? So you got to practice that, when not just when you have money. How about when you don't have money? Can you still practice your gratitude? Because that's how you can shift your mindset, and you can be motivated to do what you need to do, and to think clearly, and to decide better. So gratitude, yeah, gratitude is very important for us to practice that every day in our life, not just in business. That's from me, Candida. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you. I mean, just waking up in the morning and just being grateful for waking up is already a lot of gratitude for that day. And sometimes when people throw things at you in a negative way, turn them around and see how that can help you. Sometimes somebody come and say something negative to you. Thank them, say thank you. Because you said that you actually shocked them. They're like, what? You're not mad, right? You're not mad. Thank you for saying that. Maybe you need to get that out of your chest. Thank you. I hope it makes you feel better now. But don't take things to the point that it's gonna ruin your day. Practice gratitude and just be grateful for being alive that day. Be grateful for getting up and being able to go to work and do what you have to do. Be grateful for feeding your family that day. Be grateful for having a business. Be grateful for having a job. Gratitude will save a lot of your problems. If you rely on negativity, you will never practice gratitude. And that's why they teach us gratitude in this business. Because when you get up in the morning and you're just like, thank you, Lord, for another bright day. It's a lot of things that you just lift off your shoulder. You just being grateful. Because some people are there in those sick bed that cannot say the same thing. So when you get up in the morning and you can have your breakfast in peace, just be grateful for that. Practice your gratitude. It's very, very important. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel better. So if you're not doing it, start doing it, because it's helping us a lot in this business as well. All right, let's keep moving forward. Let's move on to Mentor Coco. So one of the things that we have to do to avoid this negativity, we want to surround ourselves with positive people. Do you believe in that?
Yes, I do. And this is Coco from Virginia Beach, Virginia, United States, originally from Japan. Yes, I'd like to talk about this. Yes, surrounded yourself with positive people. Look at me now. Thank you for having me today. You know, all the positive lady, business partner all over the world. Yes, that's why I always hear and surround myself with positive, same mind, successful people. And you know why? Because think about it, the people you spend the most time with influence my attitude, and then my mindset, even my future you know so if you're constantly around the people who with for example, if you hanging around with the people who always complain, criticize, focus on the problem, it's easy to start doing the same too. It's just like this. So but when I'm around the positive people, like right now, something different happened, and positive people encourage me when things get difficult. Okay, for example, I had a bad day today on my daytime job, but when I see your lady's face, look at me. I'm so happy and smiling and my loud and the speaking, so happy. This is what's happened if you hanging around with positive people. So they help you focus on the solution instead of the problem. They remind you of your goals, and when you feel discouraged, like we always do each other, right, sisters?
Yes.
And that doesn't mean, we ignore the reality or pretending everything okay. Oh, that's fine. No, not this is not what I'm talking about. It means they choose to look for opportunity and lesson and possibility instead of just staying stuck in the negativity. So another important things to remember is that you don't have to engage in every negative conversation. You can change the subject. You can left, you know, step away, or so just because in order to keep your protect your peace, you can turn around. You don't need to join. So your mind is like a garden, because whatever you feed, it will grow. So if you feed it negativity on your field, on your garden, negativity grows. So if you feed it the positivity, gratitude, like Sister said, and encouragement, and those things grow too. So take a look at your circle and ask yourself, who inspire you, who encourage you, who bring out the best of me. To spend more time with those people make you uplifted. So most likely, same mind people, like the partner, any positive people, because the positivity is contagious, and also negativity is contagious too. That's why we have to surround it positive people. Choose your environment wisely, and you will be amazed at how much stronger and happier and more confident you become. Hey, I'm gonna tell you again. Look at me. Actually, I had a bad day today, but I feel so good now. See, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Back to you, sis.
Thank you, Coco. We always want to have you because you're very bubbly. And, when Coco is around, you can see the heat in the house, she's always happy. So it's good to have positive people around you, because some people are just out there to push you down, to bring down your self-esteem. And do not allow those kind of people around you. You need to be around people that when they, like, if I see Miriam and she's not looking good, I'm going to say, girl, you better put the smile on that face, because I do not want to see that. That is who we are in this group. We want to uplift people, encourage everyone. When you're having a bad day, we are here. We're your sisters. We're here to lift you up, encourage each other, because every day is not the same. There are definitely days that I don't want to get out of the bed. But what? I'm going to think about you. I said, I can feel my group. I can feel you guys. I need to be there. Last night I told Miriam, I am so tired. I want to go to bed. She said, well, maybe you can send me the poster or the topic. I'll do the poster for you. I'm like, I don't even know what we're talking about. That is how I was feeling. But then after that, I'm like, no, I have to be there for my sisters. I have to be there. I can't let them down. So because I know that you guys always uplift me, you guys always encourage me. So you need to be around those people. So when I think about you guys, I know that there is no way I can, let you guys down. I have to be here. That is the positive side. You don't want somebody who's gonna be like, oh, Candida, you're here again. You say, if I'm here again, then don't come again. Be away. I can, you can't control what people say, but you can definitely block it away from you. And that leads me to the next strategy, which it says, you can control what you can control. So I'm gonna call on Mentor Lina, please, to elaborate on this one.
Thank you so much, Candida, and everyone else. Good evening, good afternoon. My name is Lina. I'm from Ontario, Canada, based here, and I'm originally from India. I'm a mom and a grandmother of 4 beautiful kids, and I'm a civil servant, same like Candida. Worked full time, and I'm here. So the question is that what you can control. Yeah, we actually cannot control everything, and we get sometimes very upset because we can't control, right? So there was a time in my life when I spent a lot of energy worrying about the future. What if this happen, what if that happen, what if the life doesn't go the way I plan, all those things. The problems were all they worrying about tomorrow and not changing, but it only stealing my peace and my rest. So over time, over time I learned an important lesson. um, you cannot control anything outside. The weather, especially in Canada, you can see different weather different day. In fact, even a day it have changes. You can't control other people's opinions. You can't control economy. You can't control government, what they are doing. All you cannot control unexpected events that happened to me. Actually, this weekend my car broke down, and that's unexpected. I didn't think that. So it's all by plan stopped because of that. Because I we all know how much you need the car for, that otherwise it's so difficult to move around. But what can I do? Can I control that? Yeah, in a way I can call the mechanic or do something, but other than that there is no point in worrying about it. So all we can do, control our attitude, our actions, our choices, our faith. Even in this business of ours, when I first started, I used to get a lot of buyers and people and all. I got distributors, buyers, but halfway through they just wanted to refund or they just wanted to quit the business. At that time, at the beginning, I was still very new in the business. And I never saw the neighbor's yard. I always thought, okay, why it is happening to me? Why all people are coming to me, they're joining and they're just quitting? And I used to get very upset. Maybe something wrong with me, or something, there is something I'm not doing right, looking at other people's successes. But then over time I learned, if you are a human, if you are doing whatever, it happens with everyone. Not everybody comes to this business wants the business. After some time they figure that out. Sometimes they feel they have so many other things which we don't know what's going on in their life, and they sometimes they stop, and we have to let them go. But what you can do, you can have peace in your heart, knowing that you are willing to help the person no matter what, and it was not your fault in any way, and it's not something what you did wrong stop them from moving forward, right? So we have to have that peace. So what you can control, only you can control. You cannot control anybody outside. So what I say is, no matter where you are in life, whatever you do in life, make sure that you have your own control, your own peace, rather than controlling other situations. Because I would say, more than the positivity, negativity is really, we are surrounded with too much of negativity, especially these years. So you just have to um, guard your peace. Thank you, Candida.
All right. Thank you, Lena. Thank you. There are a lot of things you cannot control in your life. So don't think that because somebody do this thing that, oh, this now is going to ruin my life, especially in the online space. Online space is a place that you cannot control a lot of things. Things are going to come to you. Things are going to be here at you. There's certain one that you can control. The others that you can't control. What are you going to do? Somebody can come to the business, just like she said, and decided that I don't want to do this business anymore. That you can't control it. This is when you start a business, you are your own CEO. You can choose whatever you want to do, right? That is it, and nobody can control that. You might come in and you might have lead or you might not have lead. You can't control that. You just have to do what you have to do. So do not let anything like that change who you are. Don't let anything like that make you feel powerless, because it's not about you. You have not done anything wrong. It's just the situation. Control what you can control. What you cannot control, move on. That's just the way it is. Thank you, sis. All right. Talking about control and things that people are saying negative about us. Let me move over to Mentor Chinaza. So we said, no matter what people are telling us, don't take everything personally. Can you elaborate on that one?
Yeah, thank you once again, Candida, for this opportunity. Yeah, I can say that one of the biggest challenges that people have online, anybody doing anything online have, is dealing with negativity. No matter what you are doing, whether you're a content creator doing digital business just like us, or you're just posting ordinarily pictures, photos, videos, one day somebody must come and drop a negative comment. Do you understand? Somebody will criticize you or even doubt what you are doing. Do you understand? But the key thing is learning not to take these or those negative comments personally, because it doesn't worth it. Why? Because for instance, lots of people have abandoned their dreams, their business dreams, not really because of the business that the business doesn't work, but because maybe of people's comments, what people have said, and which they allowed to control their emotions, and because of that, they go into depression and then abandon the business. What we have to understand is that no matter what you do, people must talk. Do you understand? People must talk. Some people will not support you. Most people will not support you, and it's not everybody that will cheer you on. It's not everybody that will like what you are doing. Some people will condemn you. Some will ignore what you are doing. Some will support you. So you just have to be aware of that. So long as you have put yourself out there out there in the public, do you understand? Expect anything, but we just have to know how to deal with such situations when they come up. Take for instance, if somebody comes up, just like in our digital business, and somebody comes and says, drops a comment and said, "In fact, this looks like a scam." You shouldn't take it personal. Do you understand? First of all, we have to calm down, think about it. Where is this person coming from? Is this a constructive feedback or message whereby it's meant to help to improve or to bring you down? Do you understand? If there's something to learn in that comment, you amend you take on it, work on it, and move on. If there is nothing, just like this one I said, this looks like a scam. The person just said it. The person is not in the business, okay? You are the one in the business. The person is outside. You're the one inside the business. You're the one seeing that the business is real. We are real people. We have real products. And we have the results we are showing everywhere. They are real. So the person is just saying, maybe it's his or her own opinion. He's saying maybe out of experiences, maybe he has joined one or two programs that failed him. Okay. So he's talking out of experiences or out of fear, out of challenges that they've experienced in life. So you don't have to take it personal. Rather, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but don't have to take it personal, or allow it to affect your emotions. Think about it. Is there anything good in that comment? If it is something good to learn about it, learn the lesson there, and you move on. If there is nothing good to learn about it, you just ignore it. You have the press button, is even your platform. You can also go ahead and delete such comments so it doesn't hurt you, so you don't see it anymore. Also, you have other things that you can focus on. You have supporters. Not everybody that are against what you are doing. You have supporters. Why not channel those your energy to those supporting you instead of wasting so many hours worrying on somebody's negative comments? Do you understand? You can easily um focus those on. There are so many other positive comments that you have. Focus on those ones. Another thing is you have a purpose. Why did you join the business? You have a goal. You know where you're going. You know why you joined the business. So you don't allow those things, those negative comments. They are coming as a distraction. You just have to disallow them. Don't allow them to discourage you or to distract you from focusing on your goal. Just like Miriam said, remain focused. Okay, and that is how to deal with it. You don't have to take it personal. Taking it personal will really affect you. Do you understand? It makes you not to remain focused. It makes you to um lose your goal, which is not good for you and is not good for the business. So
Absolutely.
negative comments, they will continue. They are unavoidable. But no matter how, and no matter, another thing is, no matter how good your product is or our services is, some people will comment, some people will not like it, and you don't have to force it on anybody. So when such comments come, either you delete them, you have your delete button, go in there, delete them, and move on, or you ignore them. Do you understand? And focus on other things that matter. So that is how I think we should handle it instead of allowing it to affect our emotions, which is not good for us. Thank
Thank you,
you.
sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely. You need to know that some of those comments will actually teach you, because sometimes you ask them the same question: why do you think it's a scam? You know, then they can tell you what they think it is. Don't take it personally. I remember having a video when I said, you know, we work 14 to 18 hours, and somebody come to challenge me on that, to say, no, I have never seen somebody work 14 to 18 hours a day. So, and I got to take time to explain to them that, I have two jobs. When I go to my job, that's 16 hours, 8 hours here, 8 hours here. And my commute time to go to work and my commute time to come back home, together, I'm doing 18 hours a day. You might have a privilege, that you only have one job of 8 hours a day. But I'm telling you that mine is 18 hours a day. So when I say people work 14 to 18 hours a day, it is a truth, because it's based on experience. So I had to let him know. He's like, oh, I never see it that way. I said, yeah, that's why I needed to let you know, because when somebody is talking, they are referring to themselves. This is not like something I'm just doing it on purpose. I have two full-time jobs. That just working hours is already 16. So it's don't take it, because sometimes the things that people are saying, if you take them personally, guess what? You will not sleep. You will not sleep. Some of them are terrible. And that's why you said, okay, these are people who might be having their own issues, and you never know what somebody is going through. And they might be taking their frustration at you. Don't take it as if this person is targeting me personally. You brush it off and you move on. And you're like, because I had a job at a time that it was like that. When it was like a customer service. When you call people, they call you all kinds of names. I almost quit the job within my first 3 months, because I'm like, I can't take this. I was taking it too personal. But then I realized that these people don't even know who I am. And at the end of the day, they realize that you are not a scam. This is, you're trying to help them. And you have to understand things like that, because if you take it personally, you will not function in this planet. It's just that cruel how the planet is. So thank you for that. Hopefully our sister now is able to talk. We'll move on to Mentor Ronke. So we're talking about taking things personal. So, and I want to tell you, a lot of times we turn this negativity into motivation. How would you explain this one?
Thank you, Candida. Okay, my name still remains Olarunke, and I live in Calgary, Canada. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and I'm an accountant by training. Now, when we talk about negativity, the best way to deal with negativity could be to turn it into a source of motivation for you. What do I mean by that? At times, I think recently in one of the business meetings we had, somebody was talking about the fact that the husband was very negative about her starting the business. And when she started the business, that negativity, that thing kind of fueled her to want to make sure she excels in this business. So the same way, when people say, oh, this is scam, it's not this, you don't need to fight them. Just make sure that you succeed and you work well on your business, and then they will see. I've had a lot of people who give that report, that people who said, oh, don't do this is definitely scam, now they have come back to join the business. Why? Because they can see you doing well in the business. you have remained consistent, and then they will come back. They will come back and say, okay, I think this business is good, I want to join, and then they come back in. But if you had allowed that to get to you, that means you will not succeed, and they might still even get into the business one way or the other, but you would have lost track in that way. So what am I saying? Let it be a point of motivation. Let it push you closer to your dreams, closer to your end goal. And then of course, at times we are all human. It will come to you, but quickly tell yourself that no, that's not where I'm going. I have a focus. So anything on my way to that focus, to that place, or to that promised land, if I will say that, then I won't allow those things. I will clear them off the way, and you just focus on it. So you can let it motivate you, let it energize you, let it encourage you, and then you'll be there. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Absolutely. Turn every negativity into a motivation to show them that you can do this. I did not come to this business to fail. And I know that even if the road is rocky, I will get to where I'm planning to go. And that nobody will stop me, right? So I am going to show up every day and be consistent on my business until I get to where I'm heading to. Because that destination, I will get there. So take every negativity into positivity and into motivation. Motivate yourself and say, today might be a bad day. Tomorrow is gonna be better. There is this song that they say, my tomorrow must be better than today. I love that song because when I'm down, I sing that song. I say, my tomorrow must be better than today. So I don't dwell on today. I think about tomorrow. What is going to happen tomorrow? So my people, thank you for watching us today. Negativity will always exist, no matter what. The question is not whether negativity will show up. The question is how we choose to respond when it does. Every day we have a choice. We can allow negativity. We cannot allow negativity to control us. We have to always rise above it. We have to choose to push forward. Continue to pursue your goals. Do not let anything come against you. If you are determined to reach your destination, you will reach there. Protect your mindset, and guide your peace, because some people are doing that to get your mind off track. Try not to dwell on those kind of people. Focus on the reason. Like Mentor Chinaza said, focus on the reason why you started this business in the first place. The future is too important to be let the negativity control it for you. So today we want to encourage everybody who is out there, whether you're doing business or not, whatever you're doing in your life, just know that negativity will always be part of your life. But just choose on how you want to control that. Do not let it destroy you. Don't let it be the disappointment in your life. Say to that negativity, I am above you, and you cannot let me down. So you cannot push me down. We want to thank you for watching us, and our viewers, thank you for always supporting us. And if this inspires you, if this negativity is something that you're facing out there and you didn't know how to control it, we have give you some points that you can use to control yourself, how you can deal with these negativities. And if you like to join this amazing group, if you want to be part of this panel, you see our names and our website display. Please reach out to any one of us. We are mentors. Some of us are about to be coaches. And we can help you. We will work with you. We have an amazing community. Guess what? That webinar is where we all started. When you reach out to somebody on their website and put your name and email address, you will be able to watch the webinar to actually see what this business is all about. And you will see the real life people giving their testimony on how this business have changed their life. It might have changed your life financially or given you that freedom time to spend with your family. Either way, this business has changed us one way or the other, and it can change your life too. You never can tell what is coming to you if you don't take that opportunity. Opportunity is given to everybody, but the question is, are you willing to take yours? We'll see you next time at Connect the Dots with Candida. Thank you and have a good night, everyone. Abene.
Night.